What are the reasons behind success of a nation? How can citizens enjoy their full potentials in terms of political and economic entitlements? Can foreign aid really help to develop a nation? Can an authoritarian regime help to develop? Daron Acemoglu and James Robinson's book, Why Nations Fail, discusses such pressing issues of today's complex world and obviously answers some rhetoric questions. Why Nations Fail starts with the example of Nogales, a city cut in fence. Just beside the fence in north, the life standard is spectacular and of course global, with almost 30,000 US dollar household income. And on the other hand, diametrically opposite of it in the south, where life standard is definitely miserable, not up to the mark, poor and substandard. The north is Arizona of USA and the south is Sonora of Mexico. Now the question is why? Revelations, turning points, or critical junctures. Say, for example, a revolution in France, glorious revolution in Britain, civil wars in United States, deportation in Australia brought out better result in their nations, success and prosperity in citizens' life. On the other hand, revolutions in Sierra Leone, Ethiopia, Egypt, Congo made things worse. Again, the question is why? Benevolent authoritative regime in South Korea under General Park, Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore changed the landscape, political as well as economic landscape. But why not in Congo or in Middle Asia? Why nations prosper? The answer is very simple. It's all about inclusive political and economic institutions. And why nations fail? The answer is extractive political and economic institutions. Then inclusive political institutions enables the innovation, equal business opportunities for all citizens, and obviously less state-sponsored business development initiatives. While extractive institutions concentrate power and wealth in the hands of few, exploiting the majority. The central theme of the book is that economic growth and prosperity are associated with inclusive economic and political institutions, while extractive institutions typically lead to stagnation and poverty. How the prosperous nation build inclusive economic and political institution? Definitely, it is not through reformation. Reformation is kind of recreating the ancient regime, all the older things. So it is through creative destruction. The meaning of creative destruction is replacing the old with new. It is not reforming the old with new. So it's complete replacement, building new institutions, emerging institutions. And creative destructions has three factors. Number one is new merchants, new businessmen with new ideas. And number two is broad coalition with business, merchants, industrialists, the gentry and diverse political group. Third one is power sharing with historical background so that the absolutionist cannot come back. To me, Why Nations Fail is one of the best book in regards of economic and political understanding. It is a book with a lot of examples of many historic events and nations, revolutions and leaders. How inclusive economic and political institutions in Australia, France, Japan, United States, Britain, South Korea, Singapore reached to the pinnacle of development, where innovative individuals are billionaires, and how extractive institutions in Congo, Ethiopia, Sierra Leone, Zimbabwe, Egypt, Colombia failed, where state-sponsored business and the businessman creates wrong type of billionaires, or the ruler himself are the billionaires. So how to kickstart such inclusive institutions? Daron Acemoglu and James Robinson wrote there is no basically recipe. However, some degree of centralized order, good governance, modicum of pluralism, neutral and free media. This is must. And of course, the most important ingredients of building or creating inclusive institution is vibrant civil society. Thank you very much. This is one of the must-read book for the students, researchers, and political persons.